When you're a nurse in the US, you've got a superpower. You literally save people's lives every single day. But here's the question: who's going to save your bank account after another long night shift? Today, I'm going to show you 5 real ways nurses can earn extra money, roughly from $500 to $2,500 a month, without having to quit their main job. And at the end of the video, there's a bonus, a way to get paid just for sharing your experience and your opinion. Stick around to the end, this one's actually a pretty sweet option. Let's dive in. Here's what's going on right now. The workload on medical staff keeps growing, shifts are getting longer, there are more patients, more paperwork, and that feeling that money is enough shows up less and less. Inflation, rent, loans, family, it all adds up. So it's no surprise that a lot of nurses are looking for ways to make more money, but without completely turning into a caffeine-powered zombie. The good news is your medical knowledge is valuable even outside the hospital, and that's exactly what we're going to use today. In this video, you'll get 5 proven side hustle ideas for nurses in the US in 2025 to 2026. Some of them are perfect if you like teaching, others if you don't mind working from a laptop instead of only working on the floor. Pick what feels right for you. Ready? Let's start with an option most people don't even think about. The first way to make extra money is online tutoring for nursing students. If you've ever explained anatomy, pharmacology, or patient care to coworkers or students, and they told you, wow, it finally makes sense when you explain it, that's your sign. On platforms like Wyzant, Tutor.com, or Teachable, people are looking for someone to help them prep for exams, especially the NCLEX. You can do one-on-one sessions, small group lessons, or even create your own mini online course. Average pay for tutors like this is roughly $25 to $70 an hour, and sometimes more if you've got strong experience and great reviews. What do you need to get started? Sign up on a platform, fill out your profile, add your experience, record a short intro video, and open your first time slots. That's it. You don't need to rent an office or buy special equipment. A laptop, a camera, and halfway decent lighting are enough. The upsides are clear. You control your schedule, you can fit sessions around your shifts, and you don't waste time commuting. The downside, those first students might not show up instantly, so you'll need a bit of patience. Picture this. A nurse named Sarah from Texas decides to try tutoring. She takes on a few students who are prepping for the NCLEX, and over 4 months, she completely pays off her credit card. Every time she pours herself a coffee after a shift, she remembers that this cup is a symbol of a small but very real win. Let's keep going. Now comes an option for those who like writing and aren't afraid of text. The second way to earn more is medical freelancing, writing content and offering your expertise as a healthcare professional. If you can explain complex topics in a clear way, organize your thoughts, and generally feel comfortable writing in English, try becoming a medical writer. On platforms like Upwork and Fiverr, there are constant postings for health articles, patient education materials, blog posts, and prevention tips. Health blogs, medical projects, and startups all need content written by someone who actually knows what they're talking about, and that's where you're the perfect fit. In terms of pay, freelance medical writers often earn around $30 to $60 an hour, and sometimes more if the topic is complex and your expertise is strong. Individual articles can bring in anywhere from $40 to $100 or more each. What do you need? Solid English, the ability to fact-check, and a willingness to learn the basics of online article formats. You can start with simple topics: patient care, basic tips, common mistakes. Imagine Emily, a nurse from New York, who started with short pieces for small blogs. Over time, she landed recurring clients, a cardiology startup and a patient education project. Now she splits her time between hospital shifts and remote work, and part of her income comes simply from sitting down at her laptop and writing. Next up is an option for those who love order, details, and aren't scared of documents. This one's especially appealing if you're tired of endless hallways and want to work more from home. The third way to earn extra is reviewing and checking medical documentation. Lots of companies and telehealth services hire nurses to review reports, forms, visit notes, triage notes, and other medical documents. Your job is to make sure everything is correct, logical, and aligned with standards. Most of this work is done remotely. These kinds of side gigs can pay roughly $25 to $45 an hour, depending on the company and the workload. What's important here is high attention to detail, accuracy, and the ability to stay focused for stretches of time. The pros are it's calm work you can do from home, no running up and down the ward. The cons, not everyone enjoys this kind of routine, and yes, you'll be spending a lot of time staring at a screen. Take Linda from Ohio, for example. She still works in a hospital, but she decided to try documentation review. She spends 2 to 3 hours a day on it in her off time and adds around $900 to her monthly income. And she does it sitting at home in pajamas with a mug of tea instead of listening to monitors beeping all night. The next option is more fun for those who have a sense of humor and want to show the human side of medicine. Now, we're going to talk about social media. The fourth way to make extra money is creating medical content for social platforms. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, they're already full of healthcare workers talking about the job, sharing stories, explaining symptoms, and busting myths. Nurses are a huge part of that space too. You can film short videos about common patient mistakes, how to take blood pressure correctly, or what nurses and doctors really think about trendy diets. The key is to protect patient privacy and follow the law. No personal details, no identifiable cases. Income here varies a lot, but once your audience passes 10 or 20,000 followers, you can start to monetize with ads, sponsorships, and affiliate deals. Some healthcare creators pull in anywhere from $1,000 to few $1,000s a month this way. Picture Jessica from California. She started out posting short, funny videos about night shifts, patients mixing up meds, and nurses' dark humor. People saw themselves in her content, her follower count took off, and now she has both sponsorship deals and her personal brand. The biggest advantage is you can literally start with just your phone and an idea. The downside is audiences don't grow overnight. You need time, consistency, and a willingness to be on camera. Now, let's move to an option for those who'd rather work more with their brain and voice than their feet. Let's talk about telehealth. The fifth way to earn extra is working in telemedicine. As technology keeps advancing, more and more companies are hiring nurses remotely. It might be teletriage, patient education, answering common questions, or follow-up after visits. Telehealth services and clinics offer remote RN positions with hourly pay. On the market, that's often in the range of about $30 to $50 an hour, sometimes more depending on your state, experience, and the company. You'll need an active license, solid computer skills, and the ability to talk to people professionally online the same way you would in person. The upsides are obvious: less physical strain, the option to work from home, and flexible scheduling. The cons, it's still a high responsibility role, and you need to stay sharp and focused. Maria from Florida, for example, works regular shifts but also picks up 3 evenings doing telehealth. That adds roughly $1,500 to $2,000 to her monthly income. Most importantly, she feels like she's in control of her finances instead of just going with the flow. And now, the bonus I promised. This isn't a full-time job, but it's a surprisingly nice way to get paid for your professional opinion. The bonus option is paid surveys and expert interviews for healthcare workers. There are platforms that pay nurses and other professionals to take part in surveys, focus groups, and interviews. These services work with the medical community and bring in practicing clinicians to evaluate new products, services, or approaches. Rates for this kind of work are often somewhere between $50 and $200 per survey or interview, depending on the length and topic. It's not a steady job, but as a side bonus, it's a solid option. Basically, you're just sharing your professional experience and opinions. The same things you talk about on the job every day, only here, you're getting paid separately for it. So let's wrap this up. As a nurse, you already have a powerful base: knowledge, experience, empathy, and stress resilience, and you can turn all of that into income in ways that go way beyond just working more shifts. Today, we talked about online tutoring for nursing students, medical freelancing and writing, documentation review, social media content, and telehealth, plus the bonus: paid surveys and expert interviews. Your job now is not to grab all of these at once. Pick one option that feels like the best fit for you right now. Tell yourself, okay, in the next 7 days, I'll take at least one concrete step in this direction. Sign up on a platform, create a profile, record a short intro video, apply for one project. That alone is enough to get the ball rolling. Remember, this isn't financial advice, it's educational content. No one can guarantee you a specific income. It all depends on your time, effort, and demand. But you can absolutely give yourself a chance to earn more than just your base pay from shifts.
If this video was helpful for you, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment about what you do and which option seems most realistic for you. In the next episode, we're doing money for nursing students in the US. We'll break down how to start making money while you're still in school. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Take good care of others, but don't forget about yourself and about your money too.